Why you must be consistent before you see results. Napoleon Hill motivation. Are you frustrated because you're not seeing results yet? What if I told you the secret to success isn't talent or luck, it's consistency? In this video, I'm going to reveal how staying consistent, even when the results don't show right away, is the key to achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. You'll learn how small, daily actions, when compounded over time, lead to big results. So if you're ready to transform your life, hit play and let's get started. Part 1, the power of consistency. Consistency is the silent force that shapes success. It is the foundation of achievement. And without it, even the most well-laid plans and grandest ideas are doomed to fail. Napoleon Hill, in his timeless wisdom, placed a great emphasis on the significance of consistency as the key to unlocking lasting success. In this part, we'll explore why consistency is indispensable in every journey toward personal growth and success. The core of success: consistency over time. At its core, consistency is the act of doing something repeatedly over a period of time. Regardless of the circumstances, it is the resolve to stay on the path, even when the rewards seem distant or when immediate results are not visible. Napoleon Hill, in his masterpiece Think and Grow Rich, described the power of habit in its role in shaping one's destiny. Consistency in action, when combined with the right mindset, forms the bridge between intention and accomplishment. Most people underestimate the importance of consistency because the results are not immediate. This is where many fail. They expect success to be quick and are discouraged when things don't happen as fast as they hoped. However, success doesn't come overnight. Hill's philosophy teaches us that every significant achievement requires a long-term commitment to our goals, even when the path gets difficult. The psychology behind consistency. The reason why consistency is so powerful lies in the psychology of habit formation. Hill understood that our actions, repeated over time, become ingrained in our subconscious mind. These repeated actions shape our thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately our results. The more consistently we engage in a positive behavior, the more it becomes part of who we are. Psychologists have long recognized the link between habit and achievement. A study by the University College London found that it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. This may seem like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, it is a relatively short period considering the lifelong benefits of forming positive habits. This is why consistency is such a critical element in achieving success. It is not the grand gestures that make the difference, but the small, consistent actions that accumulate over time. Hill's approach to consistency was not just about repetition, it was about understanding the nature of small, incremental progress. Consistency means sticking to the plan even when the immediate effects are not obvious. It's the long-term commitment to your vision, your goal, and your purpose, even when external conditions may seem unfavorable. Consistency and self-discipline, the building blocks of success. While many talk about success, very few emphasize the role of self-discipline, which is the foundation upon which consistency is built. Hill understood that self-discipline is not merely about willpower, but about developing the strength to resist distractions and staying focused on the task at hand. Self-discipline and consistency go hand in hand. One cannot exist without the other. The challenge of self-discipline lies in overcoming the natural human tendency to seek immediate gratification. In our fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, which can easily pull us away from our goals. Hill encouraged people to develop the mental fortitude to stay focused, to resist temptations, and to consistently put in the effort required for success. No matter the short-term setbacks or disappointments, when you master self-discipline, you can build consistency when you commit to consistent action every day. No matter how small, you are actively reinforcing your self-discipline and strengthening the habits that will carry you towards success. This commitment can be seen in every major success story. It's not the breakthrough moments that matter most, but the steady, disciplined steps that lead to them. The role of persistence in consistency. Persistence is another essential ingredient in the consistency equation. It's one thing to start something with enthusiasm and energy. It's entirely different to maintain that energy over time, especially when challenges arise. Hill often spoke about persistence as a key to riches. It is the ability to continue forward despite obstacles. Persistence is the unwavering belief in the process. It is a deep conviction that success is attainable, even when it feels like you're not making immediate progress. Persistence is the fuel that keeps the engine of consistency running. When combined, persistence and consistency form an unstoppable force. If you study the lives of successful people, you'll notice a common thread: they didn't quit when they faced failure. They didn't give up because they didn't see instant results. They understood that true success requires a commitment to the long haul. As Hill so famously stated, most great people have achieved their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. This is the essence of persistence, continuing forward. Despite setbacks, knowing that each step is a step closer to the goal. Real-life examples of consistency in action. One of the most profound examples of consistency in action is the life of Thomas Edison. His journey toward inventing the light bulb was not an overnight success. In fact, Edison faced thousands of failures before he succeeded. Yet, what made him different from others was his unwavering consistency. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's consistency, his relentless pursuit of a single goal, eventually led to one of the greatest inventions in human history. Another example is the story of Michael Jordan. Considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, Jordan was famously cut from his high school basketball team. However, he didn't let this setback define him. He practiced tirelessly, putting in hours of consistent effort on and off the court. His consistency, work ethic, and persistence eventually led him to an unparalleled career in professional basketball. These examples underscore a simple truth: consistency, paired with persistence, leads to results. No matter how many times you fail, the key to achieving greatness lies in continuing forward with deliberate and focused action. Why consistency is hard and how to overcome it. Consistency is undoubtedly one of the most challenging aspects of success. It's easy to be motivated at the beginning of a new project, but the real challenge lies in maintaining that motivation over time. There are days when you may feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. There are moments when you will question your ability to continue, but it is during these moments that consistency proves its true worth. Hill understood that motivation is not a constant force, it fluctuates. That's why he stressed the importance of creating systems and habits that don't rely solely on motivation. Consistency becomes easier when it's automated. When you make a habit of showing up, even on the tough days, you build momentum. Momentum is what makes consistency sustainable. The more consistent you are, the more natural it becomes to continue. Another strategy to overcome the challenge of consistency is to focus on the process, rather than the end result. Often, we are too fixated on the destination, but it is the journey that truly matters. By embracing the small victories along the way, by celebrating each step forward, we stay motivated and encouraged to continue. The long-term benefits of consistency. The beauty of consistency lies in its compounding effect. Just as compound interest grows over time, so too does the impact of consistent effort. Even the smallest daily actions, when performed consistently, can lead to extraordinary results over time. This is why consistency is such a powerful tool. It creates a snowball effect that gathers momentum as time goes on. Consistency also builds character. It teaches resilience, patience, and perseverance. It trains your mind to think long-term and to value the journey over the immediate gratification of quick results. By staying consistent, you are not just building success, you are also cultivating personal growth, which is the true reward. Conclusion: a mindset shift toward consistency. To achieve anything meaningful in life, we must embrace consistency as a core value. It's not about working harder, but working smarter, and doing so consistently. Napoleon Hill's philosophy reminds us that success isn't an event, it's a process. And the key to unlocking that process is consistency. As we continue this journey, Remember that the path to success is not linear. There will be ups and downs, moments of doubt, and days when it feels like nothing is changing. But it is in these moments that consistency will carry you through. The results may not come immediately, but trust in the process. Stay consistent, stay persistent, and you will see the results in time. Part 2. The Law of Cause and Effect. Napoleon Hill's philosophy revolves around the idea that every result in life is preceded by a cause, and the cause is often tied to consistency. This principle, which he frequently referred to as the law of cause and effect, is a cornerstone of his success teachings. In this section, we will dive into the understanding of this law, why it's vital to achieving success, and how consistency is a key factor in setting the right causes to produce the desired effects. Understanding the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect is a fundamental principle in both the realms of science and philosophy, and it holds true in every area of life. Simply put, this law states that every action cause leads to a corresponding reaction effect. This means that your actions today will influence your outcomes tomorrow. In the context of personal growth and success, your consistent actions today will create the results you desire in the future. For example, if you plant a seed today, you don't expect it to sprout overnight. You water it, nurture it, and protect it consistently over time. Eventually, the seed will grow into a tree. This is a simple analogy to understand the principle of cause and effect. Likewise, the actions you take today, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, set the stage for what will come later in life. These actions, when done with consistency, will result in the achievement of your goals, just as the seed will eventually grow into a flourishing tree. Napoleon Hill emphasizes this law when he states, "What you think about and act upon consistently will inevitably come into your life." This is the key to unlocking success, understanding that every action you take is part of a larger process. Success is not an accident. It is a direct result of consistent, intentional actions you take every single day. The role of consistency in creating the right causes. To truly grasp the significance of the law of cause and effect, we must recognize that not all actions are equal. What differentiates those who achieve success from those who don't is the quality of the actions they consistently take. The key here is that your actions must be aligned with your goals. Consistency is not just about doing something repeatedly, it's about doing the right thing repeatedly. Hill spoke extensively about having a definite chief aim, a clear and focused goal that acts as the cause in your life. Without a specific goal, your actions may be scattered, and the results will be inconsistent or diluted. Consistent action without a clear direction is like trying to reach a destination without a map. You might be moving, but you're not necessarily moving toward the right place. When you know your definite chief aim, every action you take, no matter how small, should be aligned with that goal. For example, if your goal is to achieve financial independence, your consistent actions may involve saving a portion of your income, learning about investments, and educating yourself about wealth-building strategies. These actions, performed consistently, will create the necessary causes that will eventually lead to your desired financial results. Hill also emphasized that your actions must be rooted in faith and belief. Without belief in your goal, your consistent actions will lack the necessary power to create lasting change. Faith acts as the fuel for consistency. When you truly believe in your cause, you are more likely to maintain the consistency needed to bring about the desired effect. The impact of consistency on your personal development. As we progress in life, it's important to understand that consistency is not just about achieving external success. It is also about internal growth. Every small action you take, every step you consistently move forward, contributes to your personal development. The effects of consistent actions are not limited to tangible results alone. They shape who you become as a person. Napoleon Hill often talked about the importance of developing a success-conscious mindset. This means that your mindset must be in alignment with your goals, and consistency is key in shaping this mindset. If you want to cultivate a mindset of success, you need to consistently reinforce it through your actions, thoughts, and behaviors. For instance, if you want to become a more confident person, you must consistently engage in activities that promote self-assurance. You might start by taking small steps like public speaking, asserting yourself in conversations, or setting and achieving small goals. Over time, these actions will create the cause that leads to the effect of increased self-confidence. This is the law of cause and effect at work. Consistent actions of self-empowerment will inevitably result in greater confidence. Cause and effect in relationships. The law of cause and effect is not limited to personal development or career success. It plays a crucial role in our relationships as well. Hill's teachings on relationships focus on the idea that the energy you give to others, whether positive or negative, will be reflected back to you in relationships. Consistency in how you treat others determines the quality of your relationships and the type of people who will be attracted to you. Hill highlighted the importance of treating others with respect, kindness, and consideration, as these actions will create a positive ripple effect. When you consistently treat people well, they will begin to reflect that same energy back to you. This is why consistency is so powerful. It creates a virtuous cycle of positive interactions and meaningful connections. Just as in personal development and career, the consistent actions you take in your relationships, such as listening attentively, showing appreciation, and offering support, will lead to stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Over time, these small actions build trust, mutual respect, and deeper emotional connections. Practical steps to apply the law of cause and effect in your life. 1. Identify your definite chief aim. The first step in applying the law of cause and effect is to clearly define your goal. What do you want to achieve? Whether it's success in your career, wealth, health, or relationships, your goal must be clear and specific. Write it down and make it your guiding principle. 2. Align your actions. Once you have a clear goal, align your daily actions with it. Every action you take must be consistent with the goal you want to achieve. For example, if your goal is to become financially independent, your actions might include budgeting, saving, and investing consistently. 3. Cultivate consistency. Consistency is key. It's not about making huge strides once in a while, but rather about making small, consistent efforts every day. Just like a seed takes time to grow, so does success. The effects of your actions may not be immediately visible, but trust that over time, the causes you've set in motion will produce the results you desire. 4. Believe in the process. Consistency alone is not enough. You must also believe in the law of cause and effect. Trust that the actions you are taking are setting the stage for success. Even when the results are not immediately apparent, faith in the process is the fuel that keeps you going when you can't yet see the effects. 5. Evaluate and adjust. As you continue to apply this law, take time to evaluate your progress. Are your actions aligned with your goal? If not, make adjustments. Success is a dynamic process, and while consistency is crucial, you must also be flexible enough to adjust your approach as needed. The power of consistency and the law of cause and effect. In conclusion, the law of cause and effect reminds us that everything in life is interconnected. Your consistent actions are the causes that will create the effects you desire in the future. Napoleon Hill understood that success is not just about making grand gestures or achieving quick wins. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that over time, the causes you set in motion will yield the desired outcomes. The key to lasting success is found in the consistency with which you pursue your goals, believing wholeheartedly in the process, and remaining steadfast in your efforts. Part 3. The role of faith and persistence. In Napoleon Hill's philosophy, faith and persistence are not just abstract concepts but essential ingredients for achieving success. Faith, when combined with persistence, has the power to transform dreams into reality, making it a cornerstone of Hill's teachings. In this section, we will explore the deep connection between faith, persistence, and consistency, and how these elements work together to bring results that are not immediately visible. The power of faith and success. Faith is often misunderstood as simply belief in something intangible or unfounded. However, in Hill's terms, faith is a potent force that drives action and creates results. Faith, as Hill describes it, is a mental attitude that reinforces your belief in your goals. Even when there is no physical evidence to support it, this belief is the foundation on which persistence is built. Hill famously wrote in Think and Grow Rich, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve that domain." This statement underscores the immense power of faith. When you have faith in yourself and your abilities, you fuel your journey with the strength to endure. Faith is the inner conviction that success is not just possible, but inevitable, as long as you remain consistent in your efforts. Faith works hand in hand with the subconscious mind, which Hill regarded as a powerful tool for manifesting success. By consistently focusing your faith on a specific goal, you influence your subconscious mind to work tirelessly toward that goal. The more you believe in the outcome, the more your mind and actions will align to make that outcome a reality. How faith fuels persistence. Persistence is often regarded as the key to overcoming obstacles, and Hill placed great emphasis on this principle. He argued that the most successful people aren't the ones who have the most talent or intelligence. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Persistence, in its simplest form, is the willingness to keep going, even when faced with failure or adversity. However, persistence without faith can quickly lead to frustration and burnout. This is why faith is such an important partner to persistence. Faith is what sustains you when the road gets tough. It is the belief that, no matter how many obstacles you encounter, your effort will eventually pay off. Faith transforms persistence from a mere act of pushing through difficulty into a resolute commitment to a clear and meaningful goal. Persistence, in this context, becomes more than just stubbornness. It becomes a conscious choice to keep moving forward. Knowing that success is on the horizon, Hill believed that when you have faith in your ability to succeed, persistence becomes a natural outgrowth of that belief. It propels you to continue taking consistent actions, even when the rewards seem far away. Faith and persistence in the face of adversity. One of the most critical aspects of both faith and persistence is their ability to help you overcome adversity. In life, obstacles are inevitable. No one is exempt from challenges, setbacks, or failures. However, Hill argues that adversity is not something to fear. It is an essential part of the process of success. In fact, adversity often serves as a test of your faith and persistence. Hill shared numerous stories of successful individuals who faced seemingly insurmountable challenges before achieving their goals. One of the most famous examples is the story of Thomas Edison, whose persistence in the face of countless failures led to the invention of the light bulb. Edison didn't let his numerous failures discourage him. Instead, he saw each failure as a step toward eventual success. He embodied Hill's belief that persistence, fueled by faith, would lead him to his goal. This story encapsulates the spirit of faith and persistence. Edison's faith in his vision was unwavering, and his persistence never wavered, even in the face of harsh criticism and repeated failures. His story is a testament to how the combination of faith and persistence can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. Building faith through action. Faith is not a passive state of mind. It requires action to grow and develop. Hill's teachings emphasize that faith must be cultivated through action. One of the most powerful ways to build faith in yourself and your abilities is by taking consistent action. Every small step you take towards your goal reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve it. Hill explains that every action you take, no matter how small, is a demonstration of faith in your own capabilities. When you take action, even when the results aren't immediately visible, you are proving to yourself that success is possible. Each small victory, even if it's just the completion of a daily task, adds to the faith you have in your journey. Building faith through action is also about developing the habit of believing in the process. Even when things aren't going well, Hill argues that faith is not just about believing in the outcome, but trusting in the process that leads to the outcome. When you persist in taking action, even in the face of temporary failure, you reinforce your faith that success is inevitable if you stay the course. The role of faith and persistence in goal setting. For Hill, goal setting is not just about choosing a destination, but about committing to the process of achieving that goal. The role of faith and persistence in goal setting cannot be overstated. The goal you set must align with your deepest desires and beliefs. It must be something you are willing to work for consistently, no matter how long it takes. In order to set goals that are in harmony with your true potential, you must have faith in your ability to achieve them. This faith will help you define your goals in specific, measurable terms. Once you have set a goal, persistence is necessary to see it through to the end. Hill emphasizes that success is not just about setting the goal, but about maintaining the persistence to continue working toward it every single day, despite challenges and failures along the way. Hill's concept of the definite chief aim DCA embodies this principle. The DCA is your singular, most important goal in life, and it should be clear, specific, and aligned with your deepest values. Having a DCA creates clarity of purpose and provides the faith necessary to keep going when times are tough. Persistence then becomes the action that transforms your DCA from a dream into reality. The mindset of faith and persistence. The mindset of faith and persistence is critical for long-term success. Success is not an event that happens overnight, but rather a process that unfolds over time. During this journey, there will be moments when you question your progress, your decisions, and your ability to succeed. This is when faith and persistence become even more crucial. Hill believed that the right mindset could carry you through these moments of doubt. Having faith in the unseen possibilities and the unknown results requires a certain mental resilience. It's about focusing on the long-term vision and not being distracted by immediate setbacks. When combined with persistence, this mindset becomes the driving force that keeps you on track. Many people give up too soon, thinking that their efforts are in vain because they don't see instant results. However, true success comes from the ability to persist through the hard times, fueled by a deep belief that your efforts will eventually bear fruit. Hill's teachings show us that success is built on the foundation of persistence, which is powered by unwavering faith. Practical steps to cultivate faith and persistence. 1. Develop a clear vision. Define your goals with absolute clarity. The clearer your vision, the stronger your faith will be. Know exactly what you want to achieve and commit to that vision wholeheartedly. 2. Visualize success. Use visualization techniques to strengthen your belief in your goals. Spend time each day imagining yourself living the life you desire. This will help reinforce your faith in your ability to achieve your goals. 3. Take consistent action. Consistency is key. Build the habit of taking small, deliberate actions each day that move you closer to your goal. These actions should reflect your faith in the process and your commitment to persistence. 4. Overcome doubts with positive affirmations. Use affirmations to strengthen your belief in your abilities. When doubts arise, replace them with positive affirmations that reaffirm your faith in yourself and your journey. 5. Build a support network. Surround yourself with people who believe in your vision and who encourage your persistence. A positive support network can help bolster your faith during difficult times. Conclusion. Faith and persistence as the foundation of success. Faith and persistence are the dynamic duo that can propel you to success. Faith gives you the belief that success is possible, while persistence provides the strength to keep going when the journey gets tough. Together, they form an unbreakable foundation upon which you can build your success. Napoleon Hill's teachings remind us that while the path to success is rarely smooth, it is always achievable with the right mindset and the right actions. By cultivating faith in yourself and persisting in your efforts, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve the success you desire. The key is to remain consistent, stay focused on your goals, and never lose faith in the process. Part 4. How small actions lead to big results. In the pursuit of success, it's easy to overlook the impact of small, consistent actions. However, Napoleon Hill understood that the pathway to extraordinary achievements is often paved with ordinary, everyday actions that compound over time. In this part, we'll explore how small actions, when done consistently, lead to monumental results. By embracing the power of incremental progress, we unlock the potential for achieving our biggest dreams. The compound effect of small actions. One of the most profound concepts Hill addresses is the compound effect. Hill emphasizes that success is not built on singular, large actions, but rather on a series of small, consistent efforts over time, much like compound interest in finance, where small, regular deposits grow exponentially. The small actions you take today have the potential to build up and create significant results in the future. Hill frequently referred to the importance of consistency in daily actions. It's not about making grand gestures once in a while, rather, it's about showing up every day and putting in the effort. No matter how small it may seem, each small action, even the ones that appear inconsequential in the moment, contributes to a larger outcome. Over time, these small actions snowball into major accomplishments. This is the essence of Hill's teachings, that every step forward, even if it's tiny, is a step toward the achievement of your goal. Hill's approach is a lesson in patience. Success doesn't arrive instantly, but it gradually emerges as a result of accumulated effort. The principle of compounding also works in the realm of personal development. Small, positive habits, when consistently practiced, lead to significant growth and transformation. Breaking down the myth of instant gratification. In today's fast-paced world, we are often conditioned to expect immediate results. Social media, advertising, and the digital age have made us accustomed to fast rewards. However, Napoleon Hill cautions against this mindset of instant gratification. True success requires time, effort, and perseverance, all of which are cultivated through consistent, incremental action. Hill's philosophy stands in direct contrast to the pursuit of quick fixes. Rather than rushing to success, he advocates for the slow, steady approach, developing mastery over time, building skill gradually, and staying committed despite delays in seeing tangible results. He often cited that the difference between successful people and those who struggle is simply the ability to keep going when results are not immediately visible. In his writing, Hill emphasized that people who are successful are not necessarily more talented or gifted than others. They simply have a deep understanding of how the law of cause and effect works and are willing to trust the process, even when it takes longer than expected. The importance of daily habits in success. Hill understood that the building blocks of success are not grandiose actions or sudden breakthroughs. They are the everyday habits we cultivate. Whether it's a successful entrepreneur rising early to work on their business, or an athlete putting in extra hours of practice, these daily habits have a profound impact on the trajectory of one's life. Consider the habit of reading. Hill often recommended dedicating a set amount of time each day to self-education. Over time, reading a few pages every day can lead to a wealth of knowledge, which in turn leads to more opportunities and better decision-making. It's not about reading for hours every day, but instead committing to the consistent habit of daily learning. Similarly, small financial habits, like saving a small percentage of your income or setting aside time to learn about investing, compound over time. These habits, when consistently maintained, build wealth and financial security. Hill saw small actions, like these, and as the foundation of great success. For anyone striving to reach a long-term goal, developing small habits around that goal is key. Hill was adamant that successful people focus on developing habits that align with their objectives, which are performed every day. These habits compound over time and generate exponential results. The story of the bamboo tree. A striking example of the power of small, consistent actions is the growth of a bamboo tree. The first few years of its life are largely invisible to the naked eye. It spends its early years sending roots deep underground, establishing a foundation that will support its future growth. But after several years of nurturing and no visible progress above ground, the bamboo suddenly grows to an incredible height in just a few weeks. This is analogous to success. Often, in the beginning, the results of your efforts may not be immediately visible. You might put in hours of work, only to see minimal results. However, just as the bamboo is building a solid foundation underground, the small, consistent actions you take are preparing you for an eventual breakthrough. Hill's teachings on persistence align perfectly with this idea. The work you put in today may seem slow or unremarkable, but it is laying the groundwork for future success. Like the bamboo tree, your consistent efforts will eventually result in a significant leap forward. The key is to stay committed, to keep nurturing your goals, even when the results are not yet visible. Taking consistent action, the power of routines. The value of routines is central to Hill's philosophy. He often advocated for creating daily rituals that align with one's personal and professional goals. These routines are not merely about efficiency or productivity. They are about creating consistency. Routines provide structure, and structure is the bedrock of success. A simple example of this is how successful people often prioritize their mornings. By waking up early and following a structured morning routine, they set the tone for the rest of the day, whether it's exercising, journaling, or planning their day. These small actions are foundational to success. The consistency of following the routine day in and day out compounds, leading to greater achievements over time. Hill believed that setting goals and breaking them down into smaller, manageable actions made achieving them easier. These smaller steps are not overwhelming because they feel attainable, and completing them gives you a sense of accomplishment that propels you forward. One of Hill's key principles is to develop a definite chief aim or a clear goal in life, and then break that goal down into actionable steps. By taking these steps every single day, you begin to build the momentum necessary to reach your ultimate goal. Small, consistent actions form the backbone of this momentum. The importance of patience and perseverance. Patience is a critical factor when it comes to leveraging small actions for big results. In the fast-paced world we live in, patience is often in short supply. But Hill understood that those who are willing to be patient and trust in the power of small actions over time are the ones who ultimately succeed. Hill once said, "Success comes to those who become success conscious." What he meant by this was that it takes time to develop the mental fortitude and discipline necessary for success. It takes time to practice consistently, to develop new habits, and to trust the process. But with patience, these efforts will eventually pay off. How to apply the principle of small actions in your life. 1. Start small. Don't try to change everything all at once. Identify one small action that will move you toward your goal and then make it a consistent habit. Whether it's reading a book each day or setting aside time for reflection. Start with one manageable action. 2. Commit to consistency. Make that small action a part of your daily routine. Consistency is the key to seeing results, even when you don't feel like it. Remind yourself of the bigger picture. Trust the process. Understand that progress may not be immediately visible. Just like the bamboo tree, the work you do in the early stages is laying the foundation for later success. Keep going, even when the results aren't apparent. 4. Focus on incremental progress. Celebrate the small wins. Each time you complete a task or make progress, no matter how small, acknowledge it. These small wins create positive momentum that will carry you through challenges. 5. Be patient. Trust that your small actions are working behind the scenes. Even when you can't see immediate results, over time, your consistency will compound, leading to the success you desire. Conclusion: small actions, big results. In the end, it's the small, consistent actions that set the stage for large-scale success. Napoleon Hill's philosophy reminds us that success doesn't happen in a single leap, but is built upon countless small steps taken day after day. By focusing on the process, staying patient, and trusting that our small actions will add up, we can achieve the remarkable results we desire. The key to success is not to rush, but to continue taking small, deliberate steps toward your goal consistently. Part 5. The importance of a definite chief aim. In the journey toward personal success, Napoleon Hill emphasized the importance of having a clear, focused goal, something that guides all of your actions and decisions. Hill refers to this as the definite chief aim, DCA, a principle that serves as the driving force behind every successful person's life. Without a definite goal, success becomes a matter of chance rather than deliberate intention. In this part, we'll explore why having a definite chief aim is critical to success and how focusing on this goal provides the clarity and direction needed to achieve your dreams. What is a definite chief aim? A definite chief aim is a clearly defined goal that serves as the central focus of your efforts. It is the one goal that you prioritize above all else, the one that aligns with your deepest desires, and that, when achieved, brings fulfillment and purpose to your life. Hill insisted that this goal must be specific, measurable, and deeply meaningful to you. A vague or abstract goal, such as "I want to be successful," simply doesn't have the power to drive action. Hill encourages people to choose a goal that resonates deeply with their inner desires. It should be something that, when visualized, evokes strong feelings of excitement, passion, and commitment. A definite chief aim is not something you pursue out of obligation or because it seems achievable. It's a goal you truly desire to achieve. It's something that motivates you on the deepest level and aligns with your values and vision for your life. Hill recommended that you write down your definite chief aim, making it tangible and concrete. He often quoted the importance of having a written goal, as it transforms an abstract idea into something that can be referenced, focused on, and worked toward consistently. Once you have written your definite chief aim, you must review it daily, read it out loud, and visualize achieving it. The act of writing it down solidifies it in your mind and helps create a clear mental image of your success. Why you need a definite chief aim? The need for a definite chief aim can't be overstated. In Hill's philosophy, having a clear and specific goal is the cornerstone of all success. Without it, you may find yourself drifting through life, reacting to circumstances rather than proactively pursuing your dreams. The definite chief aim serves as a compass, providing direction for your actions, decisions, and overall life strategy. A well-defined goal gives you focus. It helps you prioritize your time, energy, and resources toward actions that align with your vision. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it becomes much easier to filter out distractions and avoid wasting time on activities that don't contribute to your progress. Hill's philosophy on the definite chief aim also emphasizes the importance of clarity. A specific goal allows you to create a roadmap for achieving it. Without a clear goal, you may be working hard but not making any meaningful progress. Having a clear aim gives you measurable milestones to work toward, which makes your efforts more deliberate and intentional. A definite chief aim is also important because it gives your actions meaning. Hill taught that success is not about achieving arbitrary goals, but about fulfilling your highest potential. Your definite chief aim should be aligned with your true purpose in life. It should be something that excites and inspires you, something that makes you feel like your work matters. The power of focusing all of your efforts on one goal. Focusing all your energy on a single goal is one of the most powerful principles Hill advocates. Many people spread themselves too thin, chasing multiple goals at once, or focusing on things that don't ultimately contribute to their success. Hill emphasizes that concentrating all your efforts on one major goal, your definite chief aim, is the key to making rapid progress. When you have one primary goal, all of your daily actions, decisions, and thoughts can be funneled into that goal. You can design your daily habits, routines, and actions around achieving that specific aim, making each step purposeful. This laser-like focus on a single goal prevents you from getting sidetracked by smaller distractions or goals that may seem important but ultimately don't lead to your greater vision. This focus also generates momentum. When you direct all your efforts toward one goal, your energy becomes aligned, and progress begins to accelerate. Each small victory, each step toward your definite chief aim, compounds and propels you further toward the larger outcome. It is the steady, consistent pursuit of one goal that leads to extraordinary results. The role of persistence in achieving your definite chief aim. Persistence is inseparable from the pursuit of your definite chief aim. As Hill often stated, success is not immediate, and obstacles are inevitable. It's easy to become disheartened when progress doesn't come quickly or when setbacks occur. However, persistence is what keeps you going when the path becomes difficult. Hill teaches that you must remain persistent, even when things don't go according to plan, and stay committed to your definite chief aim, no matter the challenges. Persistence is more than just a quality. It is a mindset that must be cultivated. When you have a clear goal in mind and are focused on your definite chief aim, persistence becomes an automatic outgrowth of your belief in that goal. You will keep going, even in the face of adversity, because you know that each challenge you overcome brings you closer to your desired outcome. Hill frequently talked about the importance of emotional endurance in the pursuit of long-term goals. The road to success is rarely smooth, but those who persist are those who ultimately achieve their goals. It's the ability to keep going in the face of doubt, failure, or discouragement that differentiates successful people from others. Your definite chief aim serves as a reminder of why you must persist. The belief in your goal fuels the persistence needed to reach it. Definite chief aim and the power of faith. Faith is another essential ingredient in achieving your definite chief aim. As Hill writes, faith is the key to all riches. It's not enough to just know what you want. You must also believe that you are worthy of achieving it. Faith bridges the gap between desire and accomplishment. Your definite chief aim must be coupled with the faith that you can and will achieve it. Hill encourages people to visualize their success and repeat positive affirmations daily. These mental practices reinforce your belief in your definite chief aim and program your subconscious mind to support your goal. When you believe in your goal with unwavering faith, you are more likely to take the consistent actions necessary to bring it to life. Aligning your actions with your definite chief aim. Once you've identified your definite chief aim and developed a clear sense of purpose, it's time to start taking intentional action. Every step you take should be aligned with that goal. This is where Hill's principle of persistence comes into play. Small actions, but consistent actions, create the momentum you need to manifest your goals. Break your larger goal down into smaller, manageable steps. Each action you take should be purposeful and in service to achieving your ultimate aim. If your definite chief aim is to become a successful author, your daily actions might include writing a set number of words, researching the publishing industry, networking with other writers, and improving your craft. These daily, consistent actions, when focused on one specific goal, create the cause for future success. Staying committed to your definite chief aim. Staying committed to your definite chief aim requires mental discipline and emotional fortitude. There will be distractions, challenges, and temptations that may pull you away from your goal. Hill advises to stay focused, resist distractions, and keep your eyes on the prize. He also emphasizes the importance of reviewing your definite chief aim daily, visualizing your success, and maintaining an unwavering belief that you are on the right path. By consistently reminding yourself of your definite chief aim, you reinforce your commitment and keep your efforts aligned with your true purpose. Persistence, faith, and commitment are all essential parts of the equation that lead to the realization of your definite chief aim. Conclusion: your definite chief aim is the key to success. Napoleon Hill's principle of having a definite chief aim serves as a guide and a driving force in achieving personal success. The power of a clear, focused goal cannot be overstated. Your definite chief aim gives you direction, focus, and purpose. It helps you prioritize your actions and makes it easier to filter out distractions. When combined with persistence, faith, and consistent action, your definite chief aim becomes the foundation of your success. To achieve your dreams, you must be clear about what you want. Stay committed and take consistent action. Your definite chief aim will be the beacon that guides you through the fog of uncertainty and the challenges you will inevitably face. By focusing all your energy and efforts on one goal, you will see progress over time and, eventually, you will achieve the success you have been working toward. Part 6: Overcoming Doubts and Obstacles. In the pursuit of success, doubts and obstacles are inevitable. No matter how clear your goals are or how focused your efforts may be, you will face moments of uncertainty, self-doubt, and external challenges that threaten to derail your progress. Napoleon Hill understood this, and in his teachings, he emphasized the importance of not only anticipating these difficulties, but also developing strategies to overcome them. In this part, we will explore how to navigate doubts and obstacles on the path to success, and why persistence and faith are crucial in these moments. The nature of doubts and obstacles. Doubts and obstacles are part of the natural course of any worthwhile endeavor. It is impossible to avoid challenges on the way to success. In fact, Hill argued that while challenges are not just obstacles, they are a necessary part of the process of success. They test our resolve, shape our character, and provide opportunities for growth. However, the key lies in how we handle these challenges. Do we let them stop us, or do we persist despite them? Doubt, in particular, is one of the most common and destructive forces that can undermine our success. When we doubt our abilities or our goals, we lose the energy and drive needed to continue pursuing them. Doubt creates hesitation, fear, and indecision, which ultimately weaken our efforts. Hill referred to this as the enemy of success and stressed that self-doubt is one of the greatest barriers to achievement. Obstacles, on the other hand, are external forces that can appear in many forms: financial limitations, negative feedback, lack of resources, or unforeseen setbacks. They may discourage us from continuing our efforts, especially when the results seem distant or unattainable. But just as doubt is an internal force, obstacles are external tests that are part of the challenge of success. Turning doubt into a source of motivation. One of Hill's key teachings is that doubt is natural, but it does not need to be paralyzing. When we encounter doubt, the first step is to acknowledge it rather than deny or suppress it. By recognizing our doubts, we gain the power to confront and challenge them. The key is not to allow doubt to consume us or dictate our actions, but to use it as fuel to deepen our commitment to our goal. Hill famously said, "What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This quote is a reminder that our beliefs shape our reality. If we believe we are capable of overcoming doubt, we will develop the mindset to do so. Instead of allowing doubt to erode our confidence, we can turn it into motivation by reaffirming our commitment to our definite chief aim. This can be achieved by practicing positive self-talk and visualization. Every time doubt creeps in, reinforce your belief in your abilities and visualize a successful outcome of your efforts. See yourself overcoming the obstacles, achieving your goal, and celebrating your success. This mental practice helps to reprogram your mind to focus on solutions, not limitations. The role of faith in overcoming doubts. Hill emphasized that faith is the antidote to doubt. When you have faith in your goals and believe in your own abilities, doubts lose their power. Faith gives you the courage to continue moving forward despite the uncertainty. It is the firm belief that success is achievable, even when the path is unclear or when external forces seem to stand in your way. Faith also serves as a reminder that the journey is as important as the destination. When you encounter doubt, it is a sign that you are on the path to growth. Every challenge and every obstacle presents an opportunity to develop resilience and strengthen your resolve. Rather than viewing doubt as a negative force, Hill encourages us to see it as a signal that we are pushing the boundaries of our comfort zones, a necessary step in achieving greatness. Hill also advocated for surrounding yourself with positive influences, such as mentors, supportive friends, and like-minded individuals who reinforce your faith in your goal. Negative people and environments can amplify doubt, so it's crucial to seek out those who believe in you and your mission. Their encouragement helps you maintain faith and persevere through difficult times. Persistence, the key to overcoming obstacles. Obstacles can come in many forms: financial setbacks, unexpected failures, or personal challenges. When faced with these external barriers, the most important quality to cultivate is persistence. Persistence is the ability to continue moving forward despite difficulties, setbacks, and failures. It is the characteristic that separates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up too soon. Hill was clear in his belief that persistence is non-negotiable for success. He famously said, "Most great people have achieved their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure." This statement highlights the importance of persistence in the face of adversity. If you give up when you hit a wall, you miss out on the breakthrough that might be just beyond it. Persistence is not about blindly continuing without reflection. It's about recognizing obstacles, learning from them, and using those lessons to move forward. Persistence involves adapting to challenges, finding creative solutions, and adjusting your approach while remaining focused on your goal. It is a flexible, adaptable mindset that keeps you going no matter what happens. The importance of emotional resilience. In overcoming doubts and obstacles, emotional resilience is crucial. Emotional resilience is the ability to stay calm, composed, and focused in the face of adversity. Hill taught that emotional resilience is what allows you to maintain your composure and keep pushing forward when life throws challenges your way. Resilience involves acknowledging and managing your emotions, but not letting them control you. It is the ability to stay focused on the goal, even when setbacks and difficulties threaten to overwhelm you. By developing resilience, you create the mental fortitude necessary to overcome challenges and stay on track toward your goal. One practical way to build emotional resilience is to practice mindfulness and stress management techniques, such as deep breathing, meditation, or journaling. These practices help you stay grounded and focused. Even in the midst of difficulty, the more resilient you are emotionally, the better equipped you will be to handle the doubts and obstacles that arise on your journey. The power of persistence and action. One of the most powerful tools in overcoming obstacles is consistent action. Hill stressed the importance of taking action, even when you don't feel like it or when you're unsure of the outcome. The act of continuing to move forward, even when faced with challenges, builds momentum and strengthens your resolve. Consistency in taking action, combined with persistence, helps you weather the storm of doubt and external obstacles. Each action, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal, even on days when you feel like progress is slow. Trust that every step counts. The accumulation of small, consistent actions will eventually create the momentum you need to push through the hardest obstacles. Strategies for overcoming doubts and obstacles. 1. Develop a growth mindset. View challenges and obstacles as opportunities for growth. Embrace the idea that failure is not permanent but a learning experience. This mindset shift can help you overcome doubts and keep moving forward. 2. Use visualization techniques. Regularly visualize yourself overcoming obstacles and achieving your goals. This mental rehearsal helps solidify your belief in success and strengthens your emotional resilience. 3. Create a support system. Surround yourself with positive influences. Mentors, friends, and family who believe in you. Their support can help counteract negative thoughts and reinforce your faith in your goal. 4. Practice patience. Understand that obstacles are part of the journey. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. With persistence, faith, and consistent action, you will overcome the challenges you face. 5. Refuse to quit. Persistence is the ultimate key to success, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Continue to take small steps forward, as Hill teaches. You may be one step away from a breakthrough. Conclusion. The road to success is paved with overcoming doubts and obstacles. The journey to success is rarely straightforward. Doubts and obstacles are inevitable, but they are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones to greater achievements. Napoleon Hill's teachings remind us that it is how we handle these challenges that determine our success. With faith, persistence, and emotional resilience, we can overcome anything that stands in our way. Doubts will arise, obstacles will emerge, but it is our ability to persist to continue moving forward despite adversity that will ultimately lead to success. Part 7. Success Stories of Consistency. The power of consistency cannot be overstated. Success stories of individuals who achieved remarkable feats all share one common thread. They remain consistent in their efforts. Despite facing adversity, failure, and numerous obstacles, Napoleon Hill often emphasized that success is not born out of fleeting moments of brilliance, but out of persistent, steady work toward a clear goal. In this section, we will explore some of the most compelling success stories that demonstrate how consistency can transform lives and turn dreams into reality. The story of Thomas Edison, overcoming failure through consistency. One of the most iconic stories of persistence and consistency is that of Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. Edison is often remembered for his brilliant success, but his journey was not without setbacks. In fact, Edison is known for having faced thousands of failures before his most notable invention came to fruition. In the process of creating the incandescent light bulb, Edison conducted over 10,000 experiments, many of which were failures. Instead of giving up, Edison chose to view each failure as a learning experience. He famously remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This statement embodies the very essence of consistency, the refusal to quit in the face of failure, and the determination to keep trying until success is achieved. Edison's success was built on the principle of persistence. He didn't rely on luck or brilliance. He relied on the power of continuous effort and experimentation. His story demonstrates that success is a result of repeated, consistent actions, even when those actions seem to lead nowhere. Through consistency, Edison transformed his failures into stepping stones that eventually led to his world-changing invention. The story of Michael Jordan. Consistent practice leads to unmatched success. Another famous story that highlights the power of consistency is that of Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Jordan's talent on the court is undisputed, but his success was not solely due to his natural ability. It was his relentless consistency in practice that set him apart from others. Jordan was famously cut from his high school basketball team, an event that could have deterred many aspiring athletes. Instead of giving up, Jordan used that setback as motivation to work harder. He practiced tirelessly, committing hours each day to honing his skills. Jordan's consistent effort and dedication to improvement were key to his eventual success. The result of his hard work was unprecedented. Jordan's 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, and in countless accolades all stemmed from his commitment to continuous practice. His success was not a result of overnight greatness, but of years of consistent effort. He was known for his impeccable work ethic and for pushing himself to the limit in every game. Practice and off-season. Jordan's story teaches us that consistency in practice and dedication to improvement are crucial ingredients in achieving the highest level of success. The story of J.K. Rowling, persistence in the face of rejection. No story of success is complete without the tale of J.K. Rowling, the author of the world-famous Harry Potter series. Rowling's story is one of perseverance and belief in her vision, despite facing multiple rejections and personal challenges. When she first submitted her manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, later known as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she faced rejection after rejection. 12 publishing houses turned down her manuscript before a small publisher, Bloomsbury, finally took a chance on her work. Rowling was not deterred by these rejections. Instead, she remained consistent in her belief that her story would resonate with readers. She continued to write, refining her craft, and eventually, Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Today, Rowling's books have sold over 500 million copies worldwide, making her one of the best-selling authors of all time. Rowling's journey is a testament to the importance of consistency in the face of adversity. Every rejection was an opportunity to learn and improve, and she refused to let them define her success. Her persistence paid off in the most extraordinary way, demonstrating that the key to success often lies in simply continuing to move forward, no matter how many times you face setbacks. The story of Steve Jobs, consistency and innovation. Another extraordinary success story is that of Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple Inc. Jobs is renowned for his visionary approach to technology and design, but his success was not immediate. After being ousted from the company he helped create, Jobs could have walked away from the tech industry altogether. Instead, he remained consistent in his belief in innovation and continued to push the boundaries of what was possible. Jobs went on to create Next, a computer company that was ultimately acquired by Apple, bringing him back into the company's fold. His return to Apple marked the beginning of a series of groundbreaking innovations, including the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Jobs' consistency in striving for excellence, his commitment to user-centric design, and his belief in the transformative power of technology led Apple to become one of the most valuable companies in the world. Jobs' story exemplifies the importance of persistence in the face of personal setbacks. Even after being fired from Apple, he remained focused on his long-term vision. his ability to stay committed to his goals and to keep innovating, regardless of the obstacles in his path, was a key factor in his eventual success. The story of Walt Disney, turning failure into success. Walt Disney, the creator of the iconic Disney Empire, is another prime example of how consistency and perseverance lead to success. Before creating Disneyland and Disney World, Disney faced numerous failures. He was fired from a newspaper for lack of imagination and was told his ideas for theme parks would never work. He faced significant financial setbacks and personal losses. But through it all, Disney remained committed to his vision. Disney's success story is built on his unshakable faith in his dream. He believed that through creativity and consistency, he could change the world of entertainment, overcoming numerous obstacles, including financial troubles and personal challenges. Disney eventually created one of the most successful media empires in history. Today, Disney's legacy continues to shape the entertainment industry, with films, theme parks, and television networks that bring joy to millions of people worldwide. Disney's story underscores the importance of faith in your vision and the consistency required to bring that vision to life, no matter how many times you are told it won't work. Like many successful individuals, Disney's greatness was not a result of a single breakthrough, but of a lifetime of consistent effort, creativity, and perseverance. Key lessons from these success stories. From the stories of Thomas Edison, Michael Jordan, J.K. Rowling, Steve Jobs, and Walt Disney, we can draw several key lessons. Persistence pays off. All of these successful individuals face significant setbacks, rejections, and failures. However, what set them apart was their ability to persist in the face of adversity. They didn't give up when things got tough. They kept moving forward, learning from their experiences, and ultimately achieving their goals. 2. Consistency is key. Success is not a result of one grand action, but of consistent, deliberate effort over time. Each of these individuals took small steps every day toward their ultimate vision, whether through continuous practice, constant innovation, or refining their craft over time. Those small efforts compounded into significant achievements. 3. Believe in your vision. Faith in your goal is essential. Every one of these success stories is rooted in a deep belief that their goal was worth pursuing, even when it seemed out of reach. When you have faith in your vision, you are better able to overcome doubts and obstacles. 4. Setbacks are part of the journey. Each of these individuals faced major challenges, but they used those setbacks as learning opportunities. Rather than being discouraged, they found ways to adapt, improve, and continue their pursuit. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about using failure as a stepping stone to success. Conclusion. Consistency is the hidden ingredient to success. The success stories shared in this section demonstrate the undeniable power of consistency, whether it's in the form of persistent experimentation, constant practice, unwavering faith, or the ability to overcome failure. Consistency is the hidden ingredient behind every success. Napoleon Hill understood that success is not about sudden breakthroughs, but about steady, consistent efforts toward a clear goal. By adopting the principles of persistence, faith, and consistent action, you too can transform your vision into reality. Part 8. Building consistency into your daily routine. Consistency is the cornerstone of all success. Yet, even when we understand the importance of consistency, making it a part of our daily lives can still be a challenge. We all face distractions, lack of motivation, and moments when we question our ability to stay the course. However, Napoleon Hill's teachings emphasize that creating a structured, consistent routine is essential for achieving lasting success. In this part, we'll explore practical strategies for building consistency into your daily routine, ensuring that your actions remain aligned with your goals and that you stay committed to your vision. The power of routines in achieving success. A routine is more than just a set of tasks you perform every day. It's a structured system that ensures you're taking the necessary steps towards your goals. Napoleon Hill often stressed that successful people are not necessarily more talented or gifted than others. They simply have the discipline to perform small, consistent actions day after day. This consistency, built into their routines, is what ultimately leads them to success. When you create a routine, you establish habits that support your long-term goals. A well-planned routine allows you to move through your day with purpose, eliminating the need to constantly make decisions about what to do next. This reduces mental fatigue and enables you to direct your energy toward the actions that matter most. Hill's philosophy suggests that if you want to achieve your definite chief aim, you must prioritize it and make it a focal point of your daily routine. When success is your primary goal, your routine should reflect that. Every action you take, no matter how small, should be contributing to the achievement of that goal. Building consistency into your routine isn't about doing everything perfectly, but about creating a sustainable, long-term system that works for you. Creating a morning routine for consistency. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Napoleon Hill understood the power of a strong morning routine. Successful individuals tend to start their day with intention, dedicating time to activities that focus their mind, energize their body, and align them with their goals. A structured morning routine helps you gain momentum from the very start of the day, which is essential for maintaining consistency. A typical morning routine might include practices such as meditation, exercise, journaling, or reviewing your goals. These activities not only help you center yourself, but also set a positive, productive tone for the rest of your day. Starting the day with a routine that supports your success puts you in the right mindset, making it easier to continue with consistent actions throughout the day. One of the key elements of a morning routine is the power of visualization. Hill often spoke about the importance of visualizing your goals and achievements. Taking time each morning to visualize your success can reinforce your commitment and remind you of the bigger picture. This visualization practice can help you stay focused and motivated, especially on days when doubt or distractions threaten to derail your efforts. Time blocking, allocating time for your most important actions. One of the biggest challenges to building consistency is managing your time effectively. With so many distractions and responsibilities, it can be difficult to focus on what matters most. One of Hill's core principles was the importance of time management. To build consistency, it's essential to allocate dedicated time to the actions that align with your goals. Time blocking is a powerful technique for ensuring that your most important tasks get done. Time blocking involves scheduling specific blocks of time throughout the day to focus solely on one task or type of task. For example, you might allocate the first 2 hours of your day for writing, then spend the next hour on networking or learning. By dedicating specific times to your most important actions, you create a sense of structure and commitment. Time blocking not only helps you maintain focus, but also prevents you from feeling overwhelmed by an endless to-do list. Hill often emphasized the importance of focus and concentration when it comes to success. Time blocking allows you to fully immerse yourself in the task at hand. Without the distraction of checking emails or social media, this level of focus is crucial for maintaining consistency and building momentum. Building habits that support your goals. Success is built on habits. The key to achieving lasting success lies in cultivating the right habits and incorporating them into your routine. Hill encouraged individuals to focus on creating small, positive habits that would eventually compound into larger results. Start by identifying the key actions that will help you achieve your definite chief aim. Break these actions down into simple, daily habits. For example, if your goal is to write a book, your daily habit might be writing for 30 minutes each day. If you want to improve your health, your daily habit could be exercising for 20 minutes or preparing healthy meals. The key is to start small and remain consistent. Once you identify these habits, make them a non-negotiable part of your routine. Hill believed that success comes from doing small tasks consistently. Rather than waiting for motivation to strike, the more you practice a habit, the more automatic it becomes over time. These small actions will compound, leading to massive results. Overcoming resistance and staying consistent. Building consistency is not without its challenges. In the beginning, it can be difficult to stick to your routine, especially when you're faced with obstacles or resistance. Hill understood that resistance is a natural part of the process, and he stressed the importance of persistence in overcoming it. The key to staying consistent, even when you don't feel motivated, is to embrace the process. One way to overcome resistance is by setting small, achievable goals that contribute to your larger vision. When you focus on completing small tasks, rather than worrying about the enormity of the larger goal, you reduce the psychological burden and make the process feel more manageable. Each small victory reinforces your commitment and motivates you to continue. Another helpful technique is to track your progress. Keeping a record of your daily actions and successes can help you stay accountable and see how far you've come. Hill emphasized the importance of self-reflection in the pursuit of success. Taking time at the end of each day to review what you've accomplished allows you to celebrate small wins and make adjustments if necessary. The role of accountability in building consistency. Accountability is a powerful tool when it comes to building consistency. Sharing your goals with someone you trust can increase your commitment and help you stay on track. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a colleague, having someone to check in with regularly can provide the external motivation needed to stay consistent. Hill frequently advocated for having a mastermind group, a collection of like-minded individuals who support each other in their pursuit of success. These groups provide a network of accountability, encouragement, and advice that can help you stay focused and committed to your goals. Additionally, if you have a specific goal in mind, you can use a personal accountability system. This could involve tracking your progress on a daily or weekly basis and setting specific milestones for your success. Knowing that someone will check in with you on your progress can give you the extra push needed to remain consistent in your efforts. The importance of rest and recovery. While consistency is important, it's equally important to recognize the role of rest and recovery in maintaining long-term productivity. Napoleon Hill often spoke about the importance of balance, and part of that balance involves allowing yourself time to recharge. Consistency does not mean working yourself into the ground. It means making consistent progress while ensuring you are taking care of your mental and physical well-being. Rest and recovery give you the energy needed to maintain focus and productivity over time. Incorporating time for relaxation, hobbies, and self-care into your routine is essential for staying motivated and energized. By respecting the need for rest, you ensure that your consistency is sustainable and that you're able to give your best effort every day. Conclusion: the power of a consistent routine. Building consistency into your daily routine is one of the most powerful strategies for achieving success. By creating a structured, intentional routine, you make consistent progress toward your goals every day. Consistency, along with faith, persistence, and focused action, is the key to long-term success. Napoleon Hill's teachings remind us that success is not about sporadic bursts of effort, but about building a sustainable system of consistent actions. When your routine aligns with your goals and you stay committed to it every day, success becomes inevitable. Thank you for watching. If you're ready to make consistency the foundation of your success, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this message. And remember, success is not a one-time event. It's a journey built on consistent actions every day. Stay focused, keep pushing forward, and the results will come. Consistency is the key to everything. Let's make it happen together. See you in the next video.